Morning and
And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. Today we're here for our 165th episode with my buddy Chris. If this is your first time tuning in, I'm actor Brandon Rush. I have been in 80 TV show and movie productions, but I'm credited with 52 speaking roles. My mom is a pharmaceutical sales rep. And we've had people from all different walks of life: FBI agents, judges, lawyers, doctors, school teachers, my grade school teachers, small business owners. If you feel like this show might be something you'd be interested in being on, feel free to DM me at BRANDONRUSHH on Instagram, or for our production team at BUCKLEPOD. Well, actually, BOCKLEUPBODCST, which is a book club podcast. We love sharing people's stories. We've been blessed to reach 108 countries, 1,191 cities around the world, and we're on six continents. We've been downloading all of those. Congratulations to Mexico last night. I am rocking my Mexico shirt, but you can't see it because I realized it's down here today. But a little bit about my friend Chris. Today, Chris Powell, a technology entrepreneur and a product builder who has spent the last decade turning his ideas into real business. Chris began his career at Amazon. Wow, that's actually really hard, where he managed technology, supporting a nationwide real estate portfolio before leading engineer teams building APIs, integrations, and reporting systems. He later launched his own subscription platform featuring immersive 360-degree property walkthroughs, which is what I'm doing with him currently, helping real estate professionals create recurring revenue through technology. This is for Bronx. This is for Manhattan, where we're at, Long Island City. If you have a business that you think that you want to put out there, Chris is able to do that. I'm working with Chris with that. So I will I'm happy to come in there and talk about your business too. But me and Chris are working together with this currently, and Chris is killing it so far, especially in the Bronx. So he works with helping real estate professionals create recurring revenue through technology, from software development and cloud infrastructure to sales, marketing, and entrepreneurship. Chris really is the ish. Chris has built companies by solving problems and create opportunities. Chris, we'd like to welcome you to the Buckle Up. Chris is my boy. I am working with him on all those projects currently. So if you happen to be one of those things that wants to work with us, like real estate, trying to get your business out there, I have 471,000 followers around on Instagram on just one, and I have 22 plus on the Buckle Up podcast thing. So I'm working with Chris. He's a great guy, and I'm here helping his business, and we are working together. So you're more than welcome to hit me up and hit Chris up if that's something you want to be into. So Chris will be here in just 1 second, and I will give him a few minutes to get collected. Welcome to the Buckle Up Podcast universe. Chris, my guy, you should be here in a second.
I can't hear anything. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh! The man, the
I
myth.
did the audio right.
You sound good, but I can hear you. Make sure I'm recording real quick. Give me 1 second. Chris, my cousin. Chris, I really do think we are related. Yeah, I can hear you.
What's
I
up?
can hear you. I can hear you completely.
I heard the related part.
Yeah, no, I said you're my cousin. Like, dude, we're totally related, bro. Like, look at us. We're cousins. You're frozen. Chris, I don't know why you're frozen. Give me a second. Make sure it's not on my end. Give me 1 second.
We're
All
cousins.
right. All right. Yeah. All right. We should be good. All right. Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Chris, how does it feel to be related, my friend?
It's always good to meet new family, especially folks who are talented.
Yeah. Chris, I think we are cousins, man. We look too much alike for us to be not.
I know, it's odd. It's odd. South Carolina and Alabama. So for the audience, my
Yeah.
father is from South Carolina, and my mother's side of the family is from Alabama. It just happens to match Brandon.
Yeah, Chris, you know which parts of those two places? Because mine are
I
Birmingham, Columbia, and Denmark.
if I thought about it really hard, we have a whole street, Olin Road. So I'd have to Google that.
Okay.
My grandmother's last name is Olin. So let me just put it in Google real quick.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
And Chris, this is the first time I mentioned this out loud because I never said before. My grandfather had a brother that disappeared and he never saw him again. And he went and lived his own life, by the way. So there's a
Yeah,
high probability that we are cousins.
which state did that happen in?
Alabama. They never knew where he went. They never saw him again. They didn't have phones. They didn't have any technology. But he has a brother that like our family knows that we have family out there, but he just changed his whole entire identity.
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. If you really want to get morbid,
Yeah.
um, a lot of us don't know who
Yeah.
our cousins are because of,
Slavery
the
and all
history
that.
of
Yeah.
America and slavery. So, for the audience that are international, you don't really know American history. Um, yes, there are a lot of African descended people already on the land in America before chattel slavery, but there were also groups of folks that were brought over and they would separate the mother from the child, the father from the family. So I'm not surprised if you kind of have if you find kindred spirit, if you find family that you can't directly trace. So
Yeah.
it, it's not a far-fetched thing.
We have too much in common for it not to be the case. Chris, will you please tell us, Chris Powell, will you please tell us your journey from starting? Let's start from the beginning, man. You grew up in the Bronx?
I was born in the Bronx.
Tell us
Born in the
everything, man.
Bronx. Born in the Bronx, and, and my family moved us to Westchester County, White Plains. And then in my early 20s, I moved out of my parents' home to a place in White Plains, then Mount Vernon, then back to the Bronx for about 8 years or so, majority of my 20s. And then I went to Portugal and I got a family, no kids or anything like that. But I came back to New York recently to finish up or continue this business I have, which is Lux VR Tours.
Tell us more about
For
that, Chris. Go into that too.
those that aren't aware of, and nobody's really aware of what Lux VR Tours is, to be
But
honest
tell
with
us
you.
all about it. Everything from A
Fairly
to
new
Z.
business. It's more if most people are aware of Matterport, which is like a 3D scanning dollhouse creation software and camera suite that they offer. And it's usually used by real estate professionals. It's expensive. Matterport, I think recently I've seen prices up to $3,000 and plus a monthly package in order to have a dollhouse video and use their camera system. And we're offering a, comparable
Chris, you broke up a little bit,
solution
brother.
that's much more affordable
Chris, will you
for
repeat that one more
realtors.
time?
The
Sorry, brother.
average realtor.
Chris, will you repeat that one more time? Sorry, you broke up for a
Oh,
second for
can you
some
hear me?
reason. Yeah, you broke up for a second. Will you repeat
The
everything you just said? Yeah, I can. Chris, for some reason you're broken up again, my friend. Hold on one second. You might be able to hear me, but I can't hear or see you right now. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pause
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah, here we go. Chris, you're back. It's pausing. All right, Chris, I can hear you. Give me a thumbs up. Chris, give me a thumbs up. All right, cool.
I can
Chris,
hear you.
repeat what you just said. Sorry, man. Something was going on. Yeah. All right. Repeat what you just said, brother. From the start. From you're offering
It
what?
could be more.
What's that?
Yeah. So I apologize. It's probably my internet, and
Don't
we
worry
have a
about
little
it.
bit of a delay.
Don't worry about
Um,
it, brother.
I'll,
What are you offering? Tell us about what you're offering with Lux.
yeah. So what we're offering is a 360 video platform that's pay-per-view. So what we've come to find out is that in any real estate platform or real estate brokerage probably has this data. you're getting, if not hundreds of thousands of views per listing every single month, if not tens of. Doing is creating a pay-per-view platform with these 360 videos,
Okay.
in which you can capitalize on some of that viewership. I think that the opportunity is tremendous simply because, one, the average real estate agent, especially in New York City, grosses about $41,000. If they're
That's
persistent,
it.
41,000. Yeah.
That's it. I like in this market.
Yeah, the majority of the inventory is rentals, like leasing. I mean, if you're fortunate to deal on the high end of the market, excuse me, and you're in sales, of course you do much better because in New York City, condos, homes, they go for, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So the average realtor dealing in the city, I'm just talking like Manhattan, some of the boroughs. The Bronx is a little different, Queens is a little different. They have more homes and these type of things. But if you're dealing exclusively with like leasing and apartments, that type of thing, you're typically going to get like 1 month's rent, which is your commission, and then you might have like a 60/40 with your brokerage. So you got to kind of think that maybe you're doing, and then you got to pay half of that almost to the government between the different alphabets. So, if you walk away with like a $3,000 gross commission, you're lucky. Then you got to break that down 60/40. You're looking at like what, 1,400?
Yeah.
And then if you're upstanding citizen, you want to pay your taxes,
Yeah.
and then you're looking at what, like $800 if you're doing the right thing. So, it's a real grind, just like anything else.
Yeah.
And that's why people really try to get into the luxury market. But then you have like exclusive agents that a building or a building owner only wants to work with one particular agent for their whole building. They want that agent to know their building inside and out. Just focus on me, just focus on getting people to this, and selling this, and that works, right? It's good to, obviously not everyone's going to want to be in one building, but from an owner's perspective, you want somebody that's dedicating their time to your particular property. So anyway, um, I think that for those that aren't even if you are on the high end luxury side,
Yeah.
you are going to get about you're going to get, I forgot the exact number, but there are basically millions of people that need to get a new lease every single year in New York City alone, right? So they're online looking at inventory constantly, and they don't want to have their time wasted going to property after property after property, being enticed by photos that aren't necessarily the reality
Yeah.
of that particular listing, right? So you might see a listing that you see a picture of the kitchen, you see a picture of the living area, you might see if it's a studio or not a studio, see a picture of the bedroom. But if the brokerage hasn't kind of done a video tour, you don't see the correlation between the shots.
Yeah.
And so the whole point in 360 video, there's nothing new about that. There's been 360 video for like a decade.
Yeah.
What's new is when 360 video first came out, one, the quality of those videos were not what they are today. You're talking like sub 720p, right? And then they started to graduate. Ricoh was like a pioneer, Ricoh Theta cameras. They graduated in quality to a stronger 720, then a 1080, right? And then longer shoot times, longer battery life. And then into the 1080s, the problem is 360 videos are significantly larger videos than
Okay.
standard, say, 4K
Yeah.
videos. If you're just seeing one perspective of a standard 4K video, you got to imagine a 360 is the perspective that you don't see. So under the user, above the user, to the side, and behind. So if you
Yeah.
have to think about it like a cube, you got one 4K shot of one side of the cube, and you got five others to cover with a 360 video. And so the incumbent the problem became the phones themselves, the laptops themselves could not, without buffering, view a 360 video at a quality that you as a end user, were satisfied with the product.
Okay.
So the nexus started to happen once 5G became more readily available, and then like quad-core processing phones and up started to hit the market. Octa-core processing phones started to hit the market, where you can stream a 720 1080p video, and your device would actually be able to handle all that,
Yeah.
right? So on YouTube, if anyone's interested, you can just, there's a filter option where you can search 360, and like people have tons of 360 videos online. So the only thing that's unique about our product is the pay-per-view aspect. So if I'm a realtor, I know I'm going to make $41,000 this year, but the listings I post, if I do a 360 video of it, I can make $2,000 extra a month,
Yeah.
because there's like 50,000 people that are looking to renew their lease and curious about my listing. Then that allows me to take care of myself a little bit better, right? It gives
Absolutely.
me an option outside of having to make a sale in order for me to buy groceries, that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it becomes even more interesting because if you go outside the United States, more remote locations like islands, like countries that people just can't get to in order to
What kind
make
of
groceries.
islands? What kind of islands, Chris?
You go to St. Bart's, you're talking about Turks, maybe. You could be talking about Bermuda. You could be talking about any place that you want to go to. And it doesn't have to be just like you want to buy a property, right?
Yeah.
It could be, I'm curious about Airbnb, right? Or a hotel, or a restaurant, for instance. Like I'm trying to plan my trip. If I know we all have planners in our family that kind of want to see what
Yeah.
stuff is before we just actually, say this is what we're gonna do. So that's where 360 is important, because it's honest. It's no doctoring of the video, no doctoring of the photos. And you get to move and change your perspective, and even request a 360 video tour once, if there's service, and that if you have agents in that area, for instance. So that's the
Okay.
perspective. There's more to it, but Brandon, I don't want to like overwhelm your users and all these
Oh no,
things.
you're not overwhelming me. Here's the question I have for you because I work with you, Chris. Chris, I'm part of your team, man. I'm your boy to the ride or die. Here's my question for all the real estate people that are out there. If I have the list of 6,000 Australians that make way more than any American in New York City, I have a listing of all of them that are looking for apartments. I have the listing. I work with you, which means you have the listing too. What are they going to do for us to help those Australians out? Because literally, I'm currently developing an app to help those Australians out. You and I, Chris, we own the market for that right now. So, what can those real estate agents that you know, that for them to have that, what do you think they're willing to pay for that? Or what do you think having that kind of listing of will make them millionaires overnight?
Well, I'll tell you what they can and can't do.
Okay.
And I want to say first to all the VCs out there, this is not Brandon's first app. He was in the field with me, and he showed us, and he'll probably show the world soon, where he was able to communicate with some guy in Spanish to close a 360 video. And Brandon is a total superstar.
Thank you, brother.
So I don't know who needs to get this. Denzel, I always say this, Wesley. Um, we need to talk to Spike Lee. We need to talk to Jamie Foxx.
It's all
We
good,
need,
brother. I'll work
oh,
with them
I gotta
eventually.
gas it up for a second. I gotta gas it up for a second. Give me a little some breathing, because if you don't know, you need to get with this guy, Brandon. Okay?
Thanks, brother.
You
Thanks, brother.
need to get with this guy, Brandon. You need to do a whole movie show the whole kit and caboodle. He is the main character. I'm telling you, this guy
Appreciate
is out of this world. All right. The way he could jump into character, the way he's timely, the way he's, just gung ho about whatever.
Yeah.
Courageous, brave, doesn't matter who you're talking to, friendly guy, smart guy. I'm telling you, he is Superman. And so if you're hearing the sound of my voice and you have that type of leverage, power, creativity, you need to get in contact with this man, Brandon. All right. There's
Thank you,
just
brother.
there's no circling around this guy. It's just a matter of, are you going to recognize the sign of the time? Okay. Anyway,
Chris, you're
um,
the man.
I gotta
I
put that out
appreciate
there.
you. Thank you so much for those kind
No, you
words.
got to, of
Going back
course.
to the fact that we have this list of 6,000 Australians that make more money than any person in New York City.
Well, yeah. So I think that what you can't do as a real estate agent is I can't do a kickback, meaning I can't sell a lease to one of your individuals and then pay you X amount of money. That's illegal. But what I can do is buy a lead from you and
Okay.
independently sell it.
How much does that
So
lead? How much will you sell that? How much do you think each of those leads would cost? Like if you were to take a guesstimate.
it depends on their budget, right? It depends on what type of market they want to get into. Are they looking to buy a home? Are they looking to just lease? And then you got to break it down to, okay, are they leasing in the mid to high end, low end? Do they want to pay $3,000 a month? Do they want to pay $4,500 a month? Right? If on average they're paying $4,500 a month, maybe
Let's
I'll
go with that
buy
one.
45, then I might buy each lead for like $800 or, whatever makes sense. Because you got to anticipate, you don't know when all of them are going to close, and if they all close.
Yeah.
But let's say there's a high percentage that they will close. What does that look like? So I would say that I don't know if I should start shouting out
Well, this is what
brokerages. What do you
I
think I should
don't give them credit, and here's the reason why.
do?
You and I both have the list right now. I'm telling you that I have the list. I have the list of 6,000 Australians that have that. They have that status and they have that quota to be able to do that. But unless people pay us, I am not giving it out.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, I'd rather create this app that I want to do and do it that way.
Well, look, I think what is your app? If you can tell me and the people what your app might look like, well, how would you
So
describe it?
one of the hardest things in this world, I can't. I feel like I'll give some of the juice away. Basically, New York City is one of the hardest places in the world to find apartments at. I have my list is going to start with the Australians. I have 6,000 of them. I'm going walking around Manhattan. I'm walking around Queens. I'm walking around Brooklyn, Bronx with you, and I'm going to different properties saying like, hey, like, look, this is what I have here. I have X amount. I have 6,000 Australians that make more money than most Americans do. They're looking for places to stay. I'm the only one that has this list. Either A, what are you going to pay me for it? Or B, you can be a part of this app. So it's going to be one of the two. If you're going to be a part of this, I have constant revenue for you for a lifetime. Guaranteed the next 20 years. So do you want to Australian this guaranteed money? This because in order to get into the States, as you know, you have to be able to have a certain amount of money. All these Australians have it. I have the list. The people that used to have it had to go back because of their visas, but now I have it. They gave it to me.
So why do they want to come to New York?
No, no,
If
they're
if
already here.
okay, they're already here and they're currently leasing.
Yeah, and they're wealthy and they're looking for spots. So every single day I get about 100. I get maybe 50 to 100. Hey, looking for a spot, looking for a spot here, and I boom, 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 trying to with the person that I know who has it as well, who's from Australia originally. She's the one that gave it to me. And we communicate together, and she's like, hey, like, look, you have this. This is something that we have, and it's something that you have too, Chris. It's us. All three of us have it. All three of us have it.
Off
And
off camera, we can have another choice,
I,
another discussion. But on camera, kickbacks are legal. You just got to keep that in mind. Okay,
yeah,
so whatever is going to happen has to be within the realm of sharing leads, marketing.
absolutely.
Um, so and even off camera, we're not going to have a different discussion, right? There's
Yeah.
no sense in jeopardizing a good thing
Oh no, no,
when you
it's good. It's fine.
have
Yeah.
a great way, right? So
And everything's
just
up and up. Everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, 100%. And I would say you're sitting on gold. So the only thing that that a conversation needs to be had is do at least, find a brokerage that could be interested in taking on these leads. And, there's several that I'm familiar with, and say, hey, this is what I got. This is who needs something tomorrow. Prove the concept, make the money, and then rinse and repeat. I mean, quite frankly, somebody sees that your leads are, you could sell one within a month, then they're gonna go for it.
I can sell within a day. Actually,
Right.
excuse
So,
me, we can because we're team.
I mean, if I could hit that number right now, I could tell them what you told me. You could get some money, but I think we
They'd have
should
to pay
have
us
a
a lot, brother. They have to pay us a lot, a lot.
You just want to give away the list, the whole
No,
caboodle?
no, not the whole list.
Okay.
Well, I think we do it by. I think we should do it by case. If you think, I don't know what
Yeah.
6,000 times 800 is, but at the lowest, but they want this list and they need this list, but I have it and you have it because we're a team because we're all part of Lux right here. Chris Powell is a man to talk to. We
I
talk.
mean, I'm telling you right now, this happens all the time. So if you want, we could go to a brokerage that owns a brokerage. I was actually on the phone with one, several yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, and we could present them, show them, because people do this in the lending industry, and I'm not exactly sure. Like I've worked in so many different fields when it comes to IT, right? What folks do is somehow they get a list of business owners, and this
Okay.
list has their name, sometimes their social security number, right? Some their address, all these things, right? It's exactly what maybe not all those details that you're listing up, but
Yeah.
someone's selling them a lead list. They buy that in bulk. So there's really no difference from what you're doing, and it's above board as long as it's in the realm of marketing, right?
Everything's above board. Everything's
Yeah,
above
selling
board.
leads happens all the time. Yeah, that's fine.
Chris, we'll talk, man. I'm gonna get more into you though. So, Chris, how did Amazon shape the way you think about leadership and solving problems today?
I There's a website, um, and I think we could both go to it right now. If you type in relentless.com,
Talk it all out, man, because I don't have my computer, but talk it all out for our listeners.
I believe for the audience, if you go to relentless.com, it redirects you to the Amazon website, something like that. And that's in Amazon's culture. Now, just so you're aware, Amazon was a client of mine. I used to work for a company called JLL. I don't think this is proprietary information. I think this is Googleable. And I was a part of a team that managed their global real estate portfolio for quite some time. And it was a phenomenal experience with me, not just because JLL was a phenomenal company and had extraordinarily intelligent people, but Amazon also uh, brought in their really talented real estate management people, human resource management teams to do so much. This is like post-COVID era, so we did everything from managing invoices, work orders across over 200 properties globally, huge global portfolio to work order, everything from a light bulb being out to broken equipment or spills on the floor, you name it, any critical systems in a building, right? We had a responsibility to
Yeah.
to delegate, fix, update, maintain, and so I think my key takeaway, if that was your question,
Yeah.
Amazon is keen, and I don't want to speak for them because I'm
Okay.
not an Amazon employee. They were a client, and they almost like bring us over, adopt us in a way. Um, but they're great when it comes to taking notes, being prepared for meetings, right? That's a big thing. They don't really ever come in unprepared, right? They're really diligent about the, like I said, the notes that they take, the questions that they ask. Um, and everyone is not bashful about whatever it is. It's a step away from radical candor. I think the more polite, but shout out to the people at Amazon, man.
Yeah.
Amazon was a beautiful experience, and big shout out to the people at JLO. You got JLO folks who are just warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, technical. JLO stands for Jones Lang LaSalle,
Oh,
and
thank,
I
because I
can't.
had no idea. I thought it was J Lo that I work with.
No, no, it's the largest real estate, commercial real estate, and they do some residential real estate as well, different countries especially, firm in the world.
Okay.
And like huge clients, Meta, Google. I don't want to say like too much stuff
It's all
because
good.
I don't
By
know
the
it's
way, Chris,
confidential.
I just had deja vu, which
What's
means
going
that
on?
I just had deja vu, which means the fact that like that where your life's supposed to go is where it's at right now. So I just had to say that real quick. Continue.
Oh,
We've
what
had
was
this.
the deja?
I feel like deja vu is the fact that we realized. I feel like that we've had this conversation, but we haven't. I feel like deja
Okay,
vu. Like we were meant to have it.
okay,
It means
yeah.
life's going is like it's supposed to. Continue.
Okay. All right, excellent.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I had, and let me tell you what's interesting,
Yeah.
just in case any JLO people get a chance to see it, like, oh, that's Chris, blah blah blah. Um, it was a beautiful experience working with JLo. Just to tell you, they do so much to make everybody feel included, heard, educated. Right? Not everybody knows everything. I was one of those people that was just like raw, figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna dust it up if I have to, you
Yeah.
know. And I was doing a lot of that. So they worked with me and they gave me a shot to be part of their IT team and do software integrations between several major clients and lead software integrations with clients and in a major way. And was one of those teams where I was a Corrigo
Okay.
administrator, and I happened to write some software that uh, basically imagine you have hundreds of thousands of equipment in a database and you're working in a new system and that information, that data, that critical equipment has to get imported, ported, organized, and that type of thing. And that kind of
Yeah.
execution, being able to solution for that allowed me to work directly with their integrations team, which is huge. I
Okay.
mean, these guys, it's the backbone pretty much of these major multi-million dollar contracts. Um, so it was a huge opportunity for me, and I appreciate that. Shout out to Amazon. Big, big shout out to JLO. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Chris, question. I've seen you go to businesses in the Bronx. Like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen is see you work. I've seen you go into businesses with a box and VR tours. I've seen you go into businesses, be like, hey, look, this is who I am. I think we can come in here and do this. I think I can help your business. I've seen you do that at 45 businesses so far. Where do you get that? How did you learn that, man? Dude, that gives me confidence. I'm like, yo, Chris, you can sell a ketchup packet or a ketchup popsicle to a lady in white gloves. You're able to do that. I got that from a movie Black Tommy Boy. How are you able to do that, Chris? Because I've seen you do it, man. It's impressive. And the people in the Bronx love you.
I don't know. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think I was just bigging you up, to be honest with you. I say, look, this guy outside has 500,000 followers on Instagram. Don't miss this because you'd be a fool to miss this guy. He's Brandon Rush. All right. And then I showed him the paper, all the shows you were a part of. I think that was half the sell. The other half, um,
It's you, man. It's all you, Chris. Dude, it's at the end of the day, it's you. I,
well, I'll tell you, it's not a happy thing to say. It's just what happens in the entrepreneurial journey.
yeah.
Um, when you're, and this is a message to like all my entrepreneurs that are
Hell
just
yeah.
like out the
Say
mud
it,
with,
man. Let's go, bro. That's what we're
like,
for.
when you start looking at that garbage can, like I'm hungry, you figure out how to sell.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, and it's real and it's a metaphor, but at the same, it's basically like, you know, you will find something, or you might not. or you might crack, or you might break down, or you just might not make it past that point. But if you are fortunate enough to God has given you that ability to continue,
But God has
you
given you, by the way.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And hopefully I'm graced enough to continue to have that.
Amen.
You will figure out how to talk to people, get over an objection. And not every objection you're gonna beat. Okay. We had a 90% batting average, but there's gonna be people who are just like, you're not, and maybe it's not meant to be,
Yeah.
right? But like you'll figure out how to maneuver and you'll be brave enough too, because you'll just have that. Eventually, you'll get the muscle memory, right? So, I think that's where it comes from. It comes from have to do, right? Having to have to do it,
Yeah.
and having to have to do it so much that you become good at it, or you know how to deal with an objection. Because a lot of people they get an objection, somebody says no, and then that blows their whole momentum,
Yeah.
right? Each one of those pitches, everybody pretty much said no. Like I
Yeah.
know some of these people, you weren't like there for me to lay it down as to why they couldn't do it at that second or didn't want to do it, or and you just have to really, the first thing is listening. That's the
Yeah.
biggest part. That's that's actually 90% of it. Okay. Then there's a saying that's like, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond.
Hmm.
And that's the other, like, you know, that's the other 2%.
Yeah.
But nothing happens if you don't listen. Okay, that's why I say 90. If somebody's saying no because my hair doesn't look right and isn't organized the way I want to, and you just blow past them and you say everything good after that, it won't even matter.
Oh yeah. Chris, you
Because
froze for a second. Oh, here we go.
I'm,
Yeah. You're good. Yeah. You
I
froze for a
just,
second.
you got to
You're good.
acknowledge their rejection. You got to give them confidence. So if the person says, I'll give you a real example. The individual that had the tattoo shop, he was like, "Oh, the chair is on top of our lounge chair where we do the tattooing, and this is not organized." I said, "Don't worry about it. I get what you're saying. Just take the chair off. You'll be fine. It's gonna be beautiful." And then I remind them, you got 500,000 Instagram followers right outside. Do not
Yeah.
blow it. So reassure them, say if they have a problem, give them a way to fix it. Think on
Yeah.
your feet. And then say, you know what, like outside of how you see this, I'm a third person and I see something better than what you see. Maybe you're just looking at it too close. Like
Hmm.
I walked in, I didn't even notice a problem until you pointed out all the stuff that you're looking at in the mirror. So yeah, here's your solution, quick fix, right? But don't forget about the bigger goal. The bigger
Yeah.
goal is we're here to give your business exposure. We're here to offer you something new and fun and innovative that's going to capture your potential client's attention for a longer, more interactive period of time than a standard video. This is 360, right? This
Yeah.
goes on YouTube. You could actually see where the business is. You can actually peer around, right? So this is something you don't have. This is something maybe your family would appreciate. What if your business closes down? Don't you want to have? I wish I had a time capsule like that. My grandfather owned a barbershop. I wish I could go on YouTube and be like, "Look, Olivia, my like younger
Oh
sister.
yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, look, this is what the barbershop used to look like." And she'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh," because it's not just that barbershop; it's the time capsule.
Yeah.
It's like this was the 1980s,
Yeah.
right? And then in 20 years, 30 years from now, somebody's going to go on YouTube and be like, whoa, this was 2026, or this
Yeah.
was whatever. And it's 2026 is not even going to be relevant anymore, even though
Yeah.
this is the moment now. So, um, it's like, and that's really where I would say to anyone, just listen first, like just hear them out and reassure. And even the guy who had the Jamaican,
Spot. Yeah.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm not dressed for the occasion yet. This, that, the other. Let me get some more food." It's like, listen, man, we're here for a day. All right, I'm not gonna come back.
Yeah.
You fine. You want to put on another shirt? Let's put on another shirt. All right. But don't miss the opportunity outside because this is
Why
your
it's
moment.
here.
Yeah. And that's sometimes how you gotta approach things. That's it.
Amen, Chris. Chris, I want to piggyback off you if I can. When I started this podcast, I realized that my goal in my whole entire lifetime, I'm a kid from Virginia. I wanted to I wanted to show kids that look like me, boys and girls, that you can go out and accomplish anything you want to. I went to LA, the hardest territory in the acting business. I went out there. I established my career there. Once I did that, I booked a movie in Miami. I booked a movie in Atlanta, with New York City always been the goal. And then since 2017, I've been working the last I think 9 years, that is. I established my career in New York City. What I try to tell people is this: it's important to always go after whatever it is you see. I think you froze, Chris.
Yeah. I froze for a second, but I
Oh
got
yeah,
you.
no,
Yeah.
no. I think it's important to go after whatever you see, and you said, Chris, repeat. You said something that I was going to piggyback off of, which was, I think the fact that, oh yeah, like just not being ready whenever opportunities come up or whatever. Like you have to take those opportunities when they come. You said something else, but I can't remember what it is right now. But you take those opportunities whenever they come up to you. You have to. If you don't take the risk, there is no reward. And leadership is about being, when it's thrust upon you, you go with it. You just go with the flow, and that's what leadership is about. Like anyone that wanted to be a leader in a lifetime, I don't think they were ever destined to be that. I think it's they stepped up to the plate when the time came. If you're there,
Yeah.
sorry.
I think that no, 100%. I think you have to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
And you have to give yourself good luck in a sense. My parents don't believe in luck. They believe in
Hey,
God's blessing.
I
Faith,
agree.
you know.
I do agree. Chris, you said something else I wanted to tap
Um,
on when you were talking. You said something. There was one other thing that I wanted to say, but I couldn't figure out. Like I couldn't remember what it was at the time. When you were talking about the fact that you got the person to be like ready. There's one other thing, Chris, because I had a perfect thing for it, but I can't remember what it was. It's all good.
about the sales.
Yeah, man. What was it? Gosh, it was good too. And it was something that everyone could hear if they listened to it. But never mind. If it comes back to me, I'll say what it is.
I said that 90% of listening
90% of
to
what?
is listening. You got to hear
Oh
out
yeah.
what the other person. Yeah.
So with listening, and also about leaving your legacy, Chris. That's what you say. You said about leaving your legacy. This was the most important thing I was trying to say. Not leaving your, you didn't say leaving your legacy, but with the people having a video that they could watch in 20, like no one cares about 2026, but years from now they could see it.
Oh yeah.
Chris, when I started this podcast, I wanted to give me and my mom started this podcast together. I thank God for blessing my career. I know I've been blessed, but my thing was always sitting in the elevator back down. I wanted to give people a voice to be able to say their story because God blessed me to be on a big platform that I'm able to do that. But I wanted people to see, hey, for the father out there whose kid sees this in what, 2070 or something, this is who my dad was at 36. Now that person has a kid. Man, this is who my dad was. And the dad may or may not be around, but I set this podcast up with my mom so people would always have a voice. It is that time capsule. The Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mom Rush is that time capsule for people to be able to tell their stories, for people to leave their legacy, and to help the next person coming up with whatever it is. Like Chris, today you have given so much knowledge that people can learn from. Years from now, if you ever have kids, they'll be like, dude, that's who my dad was back then. He was a man still. You know what I mean? Because if you think
I
about the stories
appreciate
of
that.
like, no, but I mean it like my grandfathers that served in the Korean War and World War II. I wish I had their stories, but I don't because we didn't have that kind of technology back then. But now we have opportunity too. So that's why one of the reasons me and my mom started this podcast to give everybody a voice, to be able to tell their story and to be able to share it. So it's always there. It's there for a lifetime. Wherever my career goes, everybody with me goes with it. We're all in this together, man. It's a train.
Hey man, and it's a good train to be a part of because I think you're brilliant. I'm gonna say it again for what's his name? Scorsese. This guy, you need to get this guy as your main character, okay? I'm gonna say it. What's it, Ryan Coogler?
Yeah.
You need him as,
Thank you, brother.
as one of the guys with the guns and the cowboy hat. You gotta get him, okay? I saw your Sora video, the
My what?
video,
Which one?
Sora.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
did some AI videos. I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. This is a superhero.
Yeah, man.
And so um I already know that if you're blessed and you've been a blessing to myself, Will, Creditverse, and Quincy, and everyone that we've kind of touched, and even the folks at Lulu's, right? So
I love that
we
place.
appreciate you. We
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
you standing up, being willing, being eager, not being shy, just whatever, just throwing your hat in the ring. And um, it's like if you like the fact that you can carry that, I know it comes from somewhere. I'm not gonna delve too much
Chris, I'll tell you, it's the quote that my
into.
grandfather used to say. It's Isaiah 6:8. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Who shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here am I, send me." That's what I'm
Okay,
here to do, man.
see, so
My my presence here is for that, man. That's it. The shirt, man. That's it.
excellent.
Well, Chris,
So
I'm gonna ask
it's
you a
got
light. What's it going?
what's up? No, no,
I'm
what's
gonna
up?
ask you a light. I'm gonna ask you a lightning round of questions because I want my mom to meet you, so she knows I have a cousin out there too. I'm gonna ask you a lightning round of questions because, dude, you've been phenomenal. But I don't want to hold you up too much of your time because I know you're busy day today. I'm gonna do a lightning round. Is that cool?
Cool.
All right, these are like one-offs, right? I'm saving the rest for my mom because I want my mom to meet you. I think you're an amazing human being. I've seen what you've done. I've seen how you're trying to help the Bronx. That is a testament that you're trying to help the Bronx out. And you've done a phenomenal job at it. You're trying to put small businesses on the map, which need to be put on the map. And as a black brother doing that, man, I that's why I'm fooling with you, man, all the way. Just so you know. You might be frozen, Chris.
I
Um,
don't know, this Wi-Fi is crazy.
yeah, but here goes the lightning round. Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
All right.
It's
iPhone
hard.
or
Yeah.
Android? iPhone or Android?
Android.
Ooh, you got the what is it called? It's called Decepticons and Autobots. You're like the Autobot. Decepticons are iPhone. Morning or night person?
Night.
Amazon or entrepreneurship?
Amazon or entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Um, it depends on the chapter in my life, man.
Where you at right now, brother?
I would definitely say I appreciate the entrepreneurship journey for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Books or podcasts?
I would say audiobooks.
Oh, okay.
Can I
All
do
right.
that?
Yeah, you can. Remote or office?
Let me take a step back though. I was
Okay.
a
You froze for a second, Chris.
I'm a big audiobook junkie.
Okay.
But I do listen to podcasts more often. But
Okay.
I put a little asterisk on that.
All right. Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Biggest risk I've ever taken. I feel like I don't have like a legitimate answer for that, only a metaphoric answer.
Okay, well,
Um,
let's see the metaphor. I like to hit the metaphor.
I would say the biggest risk I usually take is is with other people.
Okay.
I feel like everybody does that, like you always, what's the biggest risk is if you got to put something in someone else's hands. So,
That's your
not
answer?
necessarily,
All right.
yeah, it's not the wrongest thing in the world, but it just feels risky.
All good. Favorite business book?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay, nice.
10,000 startups right here.
Oh, bet. Okay, I never seen this one. 2000. Okay, nice. Favorite entrepreneur if you have one.
I gotta go with Elon.
Okay.
I gotta go with Elon. Despite the everything else observation, I gotta go with Elon. Yeah.
Okay. One app you can't live without.
Can't live without.
Yeah.
I don't know. These days, it feels like everything has a substitute. So,
All right.
oh, the flashlight
Oh
app.
yes.
I need that. And the camera app. I mean, I
Yeah.
could live with that. It'd just be a little difficult.
Okay. One habit that changed your life.
One habit that changed my life. Um, finding the silver lining.
Okay. This is my second to last question. Dinner with anyone living or dead?
Oh, it's got to be my grandfather, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I feel that, dude. You're a good man. And then my last question to ask you this, Chris. You can take as long as you need. If you could go back and tell your 18-year-old self anything, what would it be?
Don't waste time. Yeah, take advantage of your time. Whatever it's gonna be, don't dilly dally. You know, don't waste your time. And and I got one mentor outside of like my parents,
Yeah.
and I gotta
Who?
give him a shout out. His name is Jimmy Rodriguez from the Bronx. Probably 6'2", 6'3", Puerto Rican gentleman, restaurateur. He is the founder of the Don Coqui brand, Sofrito, Gonzo Frito, currently Sobro Gardens, Jimmy's Cat, Bronx Cafe.
Wow.
Um, I'm not sure if he's directly related to Fat Joe, but that's how they're like family, that type of thing. Um, but he's been a super mentor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like one of the most interesting people outside of my immediate family that I've met.
Yeah.
Okay, executioner, uh, just someone who is kind of beyond words and a strong sense of internal direction and how to deal with people. Um, and I hope that you get a chance to meet him one day. But
Yeah.
he's definitely, if I was 18 outside of my time, is follow Jimmy around, pay attention, know that usually he's right, and go from there.
Absolutely, man. Well, Jimmy should be proud of you, brother, because having been in your presence, I like a person with so much charisma, a person that gets it done. The person like the reason I ride to die or death with you because I see you get it done. You're a genuine person, and like, dude, you made me love the Bronx, bro, and people love you in the Bronx. So, Chris, man, I will ride or die with you to the end. And yeah, and I keep my word. I'm a Virginia kid. I keep
Thank
my
you.
word, brother. And for me to be blessed to meet you in my lifetime, this Bronx kid who now lives in Portugal, man, dude, I'll ride or die with you for the end, man. I got your back.
We gotta come. I gotta have you out there in Portugal. You
I,
know,
I absolutely
you're
will take
gonna
that
love
trip,
it.
man. And I look for. I promise you, I will take that trip. Yo,
You're
Chris, you
gonna
knocked
love
this out of the park today, man. One thing we do at the end, and
it.
you
Yeah.
got to come back to my mom. So I saved some questions for my mom because I want my mom to be able to come back. We're gonna have you on for episode 2 when we can coordinate with my mom because my mama Rush asks the best questions. She blows me out of the water. But one thing we always do is this, man. We give
Okay.
Chris, you
Thank
knocked it
you.
out of the
Thank
park,
you.
man.
I appreciate it. I gotta get some Wi-Fi next time.
It's
Less
it's
stuttering.
all it's all good, man. And then you have a competition. And one last thing, you have a competition thing going on right now, right? Or something?
LOL Lux. If you are a real estate agent, if you're an influencer, if you've got a comic streak in you, if you want to get a boost on, you want to get your social media site going, we have a fun competition, sales competition, real sales competition going on in the Bronx right now. Go to Lux BR Tours Instagram, send me a DM, join the competition. You're going to be doing 360 video tours, just like what we described for local businesses in the Bronx. Do it, make it interesting, make it fun. Get Brandon his, what is it, an Emmy?
Well, yeah, I'll get one eventually. We're good.
Yo, Brandon Rush will be on the show. He's going to have a time. Wolf of Wall Street vibes. Let's make it fun.
Heck yeah.
And let's make some Luxpeer tours. Hit me up.
Heck yeah, Chris. And then one more thing, man. So where can people find you?
Lux VR Tours on Instagram. LUXVRTOURS.
Heck yeah, Chris. All right, brother. Good stuff, man.
All
All
right.
right, I'll hit you up later, bro. You knocked out the
All
park,
right.
my friend.
You
All
have a good
right.
day.
You too, brother. Bye.